yes, I made it alive. Lakeshore Drive, headed to paradise. In this moment of mine, I can recognize, see that the glare is bright. And with you compromise, I almost died. I doubt the water is red as mine.
Hey, how you lonely in a room with God? Never slow up, not even a pit stop. Praying my niggas will never get caught. Overcame it all like I'm some big shot. Was taught to be a man, now to the wristwatch. To the collar shirt tucked with the front pocket. Out of adolescence when it go blossom. When your stars align, I hope it's no comet. So far it's, oh yes, I made it alive. I'm on the west side, still in my mama's house. The kids on my conscience now, cause the youth dying and it's just more common now. Coming ground, stuck through it all like we coming low. Coming down high over life, arrive under now. Summoning, I'm in the pain of when I'm in doubt. High school, my head in the clouds like I learned about.
Oh yes, I made it alive. Lakeshore Drive, headed to paradise. In this moment of mine, I can recognize, see that the glare is bright. And with you compromise, I almost died. I doubt the water is red as mine.
What's up, Chicago? Welcome. What's up? Yes, sir. Welcome to a new episode of the Lakeshore Drive podcast, presented by Chicago Culture, the number one place for authentic Chicago culture. I'm your brother Marcus, your gracious host. Welcome to another episode. On today's episode, we're going to talk about which pizza place has to get the hell out of Chicago. We posted a meme a while back ago, and some people chimed in. We're going to talk about that. We got some crazy wild stories from around the country. And we got my own personal Chicago story. But before we get into the show, we're going to take a quick commercial break, get into these messages, and we'll be right back. This is the Lakeshore Drive podcast.
Get your Chicago Raised Me shirt today. If you grew up from the soil and concrete of this city, then this shirt was made for you. It represents the things we grew up on and hold dear to our hearts. Order your Chicago Raised Me shirt today at shopchicagoculture.com. That's shopchicagoculture.com.
A Chicago girl, beautiful, intelligent, kind, caring, funny, sexy, but we'll treat you goof as if you don't stop playing with me. Get your Chicago girl shirt and coffee cup today at shopchicagoculture.com. That's shopchicagoculture.com.
Got a Chicago story you want to tell? Is it funny, wild, crazy, or weird? Share it with us and we'll tell your story on the Lakeshore Drive podcast. Simply go to our Instagram page, click the link in the bio, and tap Chicago Stories. Fill out the form, and if your story is good, we'll tell it on our show. Go to our Instagram page, click the link in the bio, and tap Chicago Stories.
All right. Welcome back. What's going on, Chicago? How y'all doing? I should have went and grabbed some water before I began the show. But anyway, we're going to keep it moving. What's going on, people? Shout out to everybody across the Chicagoland area. South Side, North Side, over East, West Side, all the surrounding suburbs, especially the South suburbs. Shout out to Harvey, Hazel Crest, Crestwood, Country Club Hills. Who else I missed? There's so many suburbs on the South Side to mention. But shout out to all y'all, man. Shout out to everybody who's following Chicago Culture on Instagram. We appreciate you. And shout out and a special thanks to everybody who jumped on this Patreon. We appreciate you for coming on in and joining the Patreon and enjoying this exclusive content. We hope you all are enjoying the free merch and all the other benefits depending on what tier you're on. But we appreciate you. But let's get into the show. So a while back we posted, we put up a post about, it was titled, "Which pizza place has to get the heck out of Chicago? If you can only kick one out of Chicago, which one gotta go?" And that is between Papa John's, Little Caesars, and Domino's. Now, me personally, I don't really care for neither one of them. But what y'all think? Let us know in the comments, who would you all prefer to get kicked out of Chicago? If you can only pick one, who got to get out? Now, it's between Papa John's, Little Caesars, and Domino's. Let's start with Papa John's. We all know their negative history of Papa John's. We ain't got to get too detailed into that, but before that even happened, I'm just gonna give you my personal opinion. Not saying that anybody else has to agree. It's just my personal opinion. Starting with Papa John's. Let me give you my breakdown. Give you the pros, give you the cons. And then I'll decide for myself which one I think has to go. You guys do the same. You guys drop your opinions in the comments. Let us know what you think. But I'm gonna give you my opinion. If I can only pick one of them to get the hell out of Chicago, which one gotta go? Papa John's, like I said, we know the history, and Shaq supposedly took over. Supposedly, some of us feel a certain kind of way or see a certain kind of game being ran. We could be wrong, but some of us don't think. I'm gonna leave that alone. But Shaq, I know he owns like 8 Papa John stores in Atlanta. I did a little bit of digging. He owns 8 stores, or 30%, I believe, of 8 stores in Atlanta of the Papa John's locations. As far as him owning Papa John's in general, I'm gonna just say this: I can't find, based off digging, I can't find any information that talks about what percentage he owns of the Papa John's company in general. Now, that's not saying he doesn't. It's not saying he does. Based off what he's saying, or news outlets that he owns Papa John's or owns a piece of it, but I can't find anything that says what percentage he owns. I know he owns some actual stores in Atlanta, but we know he's been a hired spokesperson, so to speak, for the company. Now, before any of that happened, before the whole Papa John's debacle, I personally, I never known anybody to really say they eat Papa John's, especially in Chicago, especially black folks. I don't know any black folks. Now, I'm not saying that there aren't any black folks who like Papa John's. I just never known any. From the west side to the south side to the east side, on up north. All the people I know across the city, even in the burbs, I never known any black person to ever say, or any person in general say, I want to get some Papa John's. I never seen it or heard it. I had tried Papa John's once before. I took a trip up to Minnesota some years back, and we ordered some Papa John's. This is around the time when it first came out, or I guess popular in the Midwest. So we ordered some Papa John's, and let's just say the shit sucked. Even the damn delivery guy was terrible. He was rude as hell and low key racist too. But that's another story for another time. But the shit sucked. It was terrible. But I haven't had Papa John's since. That was back in, like, I want to say 2006. So I had not had it for a while. But then I recently had it again, like a month or two ago. And the shit still sucked. I will say though, I had some some chicken kind of tenders, some chicken tenders from there. Not tenders, like boneless wings. I had some boneless wings from there. And them shits was good. I dipped it in the honey mustard and them shits was hidden. But the pizzas still fucking sucks. So that what I would say is a pro of Papa John's. Maybe their sides taste a bit good. Like I said, those boneless wings I had were pretty good. But the pizza still is garbage. It was garbage back then and it's still garbage now. I don't care who they can get. They get Shaq, they can get LeBron, they can get Siobhan, they can get Delron. I don't give a fuck who they get. That pizza still sucks. Now I know Shaq says he's trying to hook it up and make it to where his people like the pizza. That shit still sucked to me, but that the pro of Papa John's, I would say, is that maybe their sides are a little bit good. That's the only pro I can think of as far as Papa John's. And them bringing Shaq on. I mean, I respect Shaq. I got love for Shaq. He's one of my favorite players growing up. But him joining them and being basically a paid spokesperson for them, I wasn't really buying that. And then, like I said, I couldn't find nothing that really says that he's the owner of the company or corporation. I know he's invested in it, but they want to really say, they kind of keep it under wraps as far as how much he actually owns of the company, how much percentage he owns of the company. So I don't know. So I can't really say that's a pro that Shaq is on there, because for me personally, I can't speak for nobody else. Me personally, I would rather see Shaq really owning and controlling the shit. Like, it's too vague, it's too suspect, what's going on as far as, him and the ownership and what's going on. Like I said, I know he owns 8 locations in Atlanta, but to me, it's like, if you're going to be fully on Papa John's and controlling, like, really do it. And let's not be vague about it. Are you really running and controlling it? Are you hiring, black folks in these cities, in these inner cities, to work at these restaurants? I'm sure that's probably happening, especially in his Atlanta locations. But I'd rather see him in a decision-making chair, really running and controlling Papa John's, not just, I would say, not just suspectedly that they're using him as just a front person to get us to to get us to shop with him. That I ain't cool with. Hopefully that's not what's happening. For some of us, that's what it looked like. But what do we know? But like I said, with Papa John's, my only pro I would say is the sides probably taste good. Half a pro could be Shaq being on the team or running things, but we're not really sure about that. Now the cons, the big obvious, the pizza sucks, and then of course the bullshit with the guy being racist. So that's the big con. Moving on to Little Caesars. Moving on to Little Caesars. Now, I've had Little Caesars a few times growing up. I never really liked Little Caesars. Little Caesars got to be the most cheapest pizza, but I wouldn't even say it's satisfying. It's just, I don't know how to put it. Little Caesars, it's okay pizza. If your little kid is the best shit ever. People with kids like to get Little Caesars, when they're having parties and gatherings. They want to get something cheap for the kids that can satisfy them. But now that I'm grown, Little Caesars is straight garbage. It's like you know what it is? Little Caesars, you kind of got to eat it right then and there. But even still, it's like, it's just some cheap pizza to get you by. I I give Little Caesars props on keeping their pizza cheap. They probably the cheapest pizza I can think of. I don't know a place that's cheaper than Little Caesars. I keep wanting to say Little Caesars. That's what I've always called it, but it's Little Caesars. Don't kids don't repeat this. First off, so no kids be listening to this, but anyway. Yeah, Little Caesars, that's a get you by pizza. It sucks, but it's okay. It'll get you by. So that's the big con. That's the big pro for Little Caesars. Big con, of course, it sucks. No, but you can feed a bunch of kids at a kids party. Everybody I know who got kids, they had a little kids party. They had Little Caesars out there. Then they ordered some good pizza for the grown folks. But Little Caesars, it's a get you by pizza. Now Domino's. Domino's is another pizza place that I deem is straight up garbage. I don't know too many people who say, yeah, let's get some Domino's, this shit fire. Maybe it's just the Chicago in me. You know, being in Chicago, we spoiled with pizza. But I don't know. One time I went to a Domino's some years back on the west side over on I went to the Domino's over there on the strip mall over there on Chicago by Kedzie. Chicago and Kedzie is a strip mall over there. West side people know what I'm talking about. I went over there to that Domino's. I wanted some pizza. It was kind of late. That was kind of the only motherfuckers open. I was like, let me just try it. I've had it before, but this particular time I went over there, got me a pizza. This had to be the most saltiest, most garbage, most wackest pizza. Man, I was so pissed off because you hungry and it's late, you settling, and nothing's worse than settling for something and it just turns out garbage. No matter what it is, it could be some food or a job or a relationship. Nothing worse than settling and the shit just reminds you that it's garbage. That's the worst. I got this pizza, man. I was so mad. I just threw the shit in garbage. It was just so terrible. But to Domino's credit, now this is a total yin and yang moment. To Domino's credit, I had some Domino's pizza one time. I was on a movie set, a commercial shoot, and we had some Domino's there. Well, they brought some Domino's for us. I wasn't too thrilled about it, but I was like, fuck it, I'm hungry. Let me take a couple slices. And I took like 2 slices and I started eating. I'm like, this shit kind of decent. Shit is pretty good. Oh no, let me not exaggerate. The shit was decent. So, I mean, like, that's pretty decent. I realized that it was warm. It was like kind of fresh. And it dawned on me that maybe you got to eat it when it's fresh. Domino's seemed like the type of place where you have to eat it when it's fresh. At least that was for me at that moment. Like that was some years back. So that's the pro I would give Domino's. That you probably got to eat it when it's fresh. But the con, you know, it sucks. Straight garbage. But to Domino's credit, I would say for Domino's has probably the best marketing strategies of all 3 restaurants. Nobody markets and promotes like Domino's. Like Domino's kills it when it comes to marketing. I know they got the promotion where, you know, I think you get it free if it has to be delivered to you in a certain time, or it's free or something like that. I know they got I think in California, I think in LA and San Francisco in the Bay Area, I think they got what do you call it? Like driverless cars delivering the pizzas. So that's pretty interesting. But they were also doing this program where they were filling potholes in different cities. They were filling the potholes, I guess, because the cities weren't doing it. I don't know if they did it in Chicago, but because, you know, Chicago, we got ridiculous potholes here. But I know they were filling potholes, and they would put their stamp, their logo, spray painted on the pothole to let you know that they did it. That's kind of a unique, genius move, if you ask me. That's some pretty interesting, cool marketing. Like I said, I don't know if they did it in Chicago, because Chicago, you know, we got some ridiculous potholes. But you know what's funny? Speaking of potholes, like I said, Chicago got some crazy potholes. But I've been to another city and they got some ridiculous potholes. And that city is Cleveland. One time I went to visit Cleveland and they had we was downtown, they got some ridiculous potholes. It's like you walking on the damn rocky road or something. You could trip over them. You driving is ridiculous. I'm talking about, you know, you just got to go there. Maybe they fixed them now. They probably, you know, took care of that, you know, with the money they made from LeBron coming back. They probably, you know, fixed the potholes. But when we were there, I was there the year before he came back, before he went back to Cleveland. And, you know, the potholes there is insane. But I bet Chicago. Yeah, Domino's got crazy marketing skills. They got crazy marketing campaigns. I don't think neither one of these restaurants can compete with Domino's when it comes to marketing. Domino's got the marketing side wrapped up. They pizza might suck, but they got the best marketing. And I think that's what keeps them, I guess, above all the other ones. None of them can compete with Domino's. I wonder, could there be something interesting to look up to see which one of those restaurants has the most success as far as revenue? But Domino's, and I was reading something a while ago that Domino's doesn't even consider themselves a pizza company. They consider themselves a tech company, which I thought was pretty interesting. Like I said, they got the driverless robot cars delivering the pizzas. I don't know what's going on in their restaurants, but it's pretty interesting with Domino's. But if I had to choose, based off the information I just said, if I had to choose one to get the hell out of Chicago, my choice is Papa John's. Papa John's got the worst pizza of all of them. And like I said, they got a kind of a crappy history with old boy. Like I said, the sides are okay. But then again, you look at Domino's. Domino's just suck all the way around when it comes to their food. I say everything else outside of Domino's is pretty dope. It's just the food sucks. But Papa John's, I would say, given the history with old boy, the vagueness with Shaq running things over there, and the pizza sucking, I would say Papa John's got to go. But that's just my opinion. Some of you might have some more thought out, well-educated opinions. But if you do, let us know. Drop a comment. Let us know what you think on this issue. Moving on. And boy, when I say I got some stories for y'all, we're going to get into the stories from around the country. And goddamn, I usually do 3, but these stories are so crazy I had to give y'all 4. So we're going to start with the first one. Actually, I said stories around the country. I really mean stories from around the world, because we're going to start internationally. We're going to go to Turkey. The headline is, pull up the story for y'all. Missing drunk man spent hours helping a search party look for himself. Basically, well, let me just read it for y'all. A Turkish man had a little too much fun getting drunk and wandered into the forest. Later, unknowingly, the man joined a search party to locate himself. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this man right. I'm probably going to butcher his name, but Beyhan Mutlu. A 50-year-old man was out with his friends drinking, and after he wandered off into the forest, his friends contacted authorities, who then set up a search for the man. Once the news got out, a lot of the local nearby neighbors and neighbors from the neighborhood were extremely concerned, and a large group of volunteers joined to search for him. During the search, people were yelling Mutlu's name for hours. This was at night too. This was late at night. Then suddenly a man from the crowd spoke up. "Who are we looking for? I'm here. I am here." So, yeah, during the hours-long search in the dark, the rescuers were shouting his name. And it was then realized that in the search party, they were looking for him. "Who are we looking for? I'm here." Speaking to the Daily, I guess that's the name of their newspaper, the Daily Sabah, Mutlu said that there was really no need for his friends to report him missing. "Basically, I'm paying for my friends' mistakes," he said. What happened is all like a joke." Authorities later gave Mutlu a drive home after taking his statement. It is not known if they gave him a fine. So basically, my man got drunk with his friends. It's not clear if they really left him or he just wandered off on his own. I guess he just wandered off on his own and got lost in the forest. Couldn't find his way back. His friends panicked, called police, put in a report that he was missing. I guess his family couldn't contact him, so they gathered a search party to go look for him. They still couldn't find him. They were searching for him all throughout the night. This fool joined the search party, thinking he looking for somebody else, and they yelling his name. Who? What? That's my name. Imagine how annoyed you would have to be if you was a part of that search party. And here you is. It was probably a tight-knit community. They care for one another. So they out there looking for one of their neighbors, you know. And this fool was with them, yelling his own name. Then he's so drunk, he finally realized, oh damn, they looking for me. Like, come on, dude. All for a prank. Pranks that ain't gone too far. Like, there's probably some people in the crowd like, we should beat his ass. Let that be in Chicago. Motherfucker would have jumped on him. Like, dude, you got us out here looking for you. And I'm thinking, like, what was his friends? Was his friends not a part of the search party? Did they not join to look for him? Did his family not go join to look for him? So none of y'all was in this crowd to look for him? And then, if somebody's were, y'all didn't recognize this fool was walking right with y'all, looking for himself? That's crazy. That's crazy. And then it's like, when it comes to like somebody missing, that's nothing to play with. You know, I don't want to get too deep and too heavy with the show, but you know, especially with black folks, you know, it's a lot of black folks coming up missing, especially women, and that just ain't something to play with, you know. And here you is playing a prank, but you know, they don't, in Turkey, they ain't dealing with the same kind of bullshit that we dealing with here in Chicago and here in this country, in the United States. So you know, they can get away with shit like that, I guess. But moving on to the next story. So we're gonna bring this on home. We from Turkey on back home to the Chicagoland area. And this shit here, when I saw the headline of this,
come on now, dog. Come on, man.
That's all I gotta say. Listen to this. Illinois bank robber caught after sending his wife a picture of the cash that he robbed the bank of. This motherfucker. This motherfucker here. That ain't even the dumb part of it. Him texting his wife the picture, that's only half of the dumb shit. But we're gonna get into the story. The guy's name is I ain't gonna say his name on here. I don't want to, But this guy was charged Tuesday with robbing a bank. Guess what he used to rob the bank with? Some of y'all probably already know the story already, but for those who don't, this dude strapped himself with fireworks. This dude taped the fireworks to his body. I guess pretended like it was a bomb. Went into the bank to rob the bank. Now, I don't know too much about bank robberies, but I thought I remember some federal law that now the banks, when somebody says they're going to rob the place, the bank tellers just have to give them the money. Because I know there was some robbers back in the day who would just slip a note and say, "Here, I'm going to rob the place. Give me all the money." They had to just give you the money. Now, don't go doing this shit. I'm just saying, I thought that was something that happened in the past where they made it where bank tellers just had to give up the money, not fight, not cause a scene or nothing like that. But anyway, this guy goes into the bank with duct tape, fireworks to himself, and I guess said, "Here, I'm gonna rob the place" or whatever, and they gave him the money. Then this fool goes and texts his wife a picture of the money. Well, I'm gonna get into the story though. So, yeah, bank robber who strapped fireworks to his body arrested after texting a photo of the cash to his wife, FBI says. So the FBI was already on him. When you rob the banks, that's some federal shit there. But let's read the story. So, like I said, I ain't gonna say his name, but homeboy had allegedly just robbed a Lombard bank by strapping fireworks to his body and pretending it was a bomb when investigators say he texted a photo of the stolen cash to his wife, along with a seemingly exasperated note. So this is, I guess they're saying what he was. I'm gonna post a picture on the screen so y'all can see the actual text thread between him and his wife. But I'm gonna read it here from the article. It says, "Nobody has been looking for me," the text read, according to federal charges unveiled Tuesday. "Nothing. What the fuck?" his wife replied with a shrug emoji. I guess she tripping like, why the fuck you sending this shit to me for? What the fuck you doing? But maybe she knew, maybe she didn't. Let's get into the story though. It says, but it turns out the FBI was not only looking for homeboy, they traced his car to his home in west suburban Villa Park. So this motherfucker is from the burbs. From Villa Park, went to Lombard and robbed the bank with the fireworks strapped to him. It says homeboy was arrested as he stepped out on the front porch of his house to smoke a cigarette. So he thought he was this motherfucker. See, remember last episode I talked about dumb criminals, how these criminals ain't that smart. See what I'm talking about? Most of these criminals, majority of these criminals, y'all, are not smart. Now there's a few, who pretty intelligent, who work out some grand schemes and who can pull some shit off, and it takes a minute for them to get caught, if they ever get caught. But most of these criminals, dumb as shit. So my man thought it was cool. You robbed the bank. Oh, I'm gonna get to that part in a minute. Y'all ain't gonna believe how much he got away with. But we gonna get to that. So my man thought it was cool. He robbed the bank with the fireworks strapped to himself. And if you look at the picture, he only got one of them regular, virus masks. He ain't even got a whole, joint covering his whole face, but whatever. I don't know why you thought that was gonna be enough to get away. We talking about federal shit here. But I guess he didn't think this all the way through. A man robs the bank with the fireworks on him. texts a picture to his wife of the cash and asks if the feds or anybody looking for him. Were you trying to get called? What was? God damn, boy. Boy. Anyway, moving on. Homeboy was 37 years. You 37. You 37, dumb motherfucker. But anyway, Homeboy, 37, was charged with 1 count of bank robbery stemming from Monday afternoon's heist at a West Suburban branch bank in Lombard. Prosecutors on Tuesday argued that Homeboy is a flight risk and a danger to the community and should be held without bond. But the judge scheduled a detention hearing for him on Thursday. Homeboy's court-appointed attorney had no comment. Of course you don't. What the fuck can you say? This motherfucker dumb as hell. That gotta be. Are any of my listeners lawyers for criminals, or what is it called? Forgot what the name of it is when you get a lawyer appointed to you if you can't afford one. Public defenders, yeah, public defender. Any of my listeners, public defenders or lawyers for criminals? I know it gotta bother y'all when y'all defending somebody who's just dumb as shit. Because imagine this lawyer trying to defend this motherfucker. Like, what can you say in this defense? I'm sorry, Your Honor, my client is just a dumbass. I mean, what can you say? 37? 37 and you rock? Come on, man. Like, I'm trying to look at it from his shoes, from his point of view. It's hard for me to do that. I mean, you live in the burbs. I'm not saying that you're like well off or anything, but you live in the burbs. You got you a house in the burbs, Villa Park. I don't know what kind of house you got. I don't know what your money looking like, anything like that. I don't know what your life choices were when you were coming up. But you're 37. You're married. I don't know if you got kids. But you decide to rob a bank with fireworks strapped to your chest and a little ass mask, a little ass coronavirus mask. And you rob a bank. You head home, you text your wife the picture of the money and ask, is anybody looking for me? Like, I don't know, were you into it with somebody you owed some money to that made you want to take this drastic measure? Like, the fuck are you thinking? I don't know. But anyway, let me finish up the story here. It says, according to the complaint, Homeboy, I'm about to say his name, Homeboy walked into the bank of the North Main Street. He walked into the bank on North Main Street. That's a street in the Villa Park. Shortly after 1 p.m. Monday, wearing a face mask and a sweatshirt, concealed fireworks that had been duct taped to his body to look like a bomb. Why did you think that was a smart idea? What made you think? It says Homeboy could be seen in the surveillance footage as he approached the counter, unzipped his sweatshirt, and passed the note to the teller. See, that's what I was talking about. Like, back then, I remember hearing stories of them passing notes to the teller saying, I'm from the rod place or whatever. But anyway, I guess the note said, I need everything from your drawer or we all die. Wow. Now, here is, for me personally, here is the icing on the motherfucking cake. This man, guess how much this man got away with? This man risked his freedom for $800 fucking dollars.
You're a stupid man! A stupid man!
$800. Says the teller handed over $800 in cash and sounded the silent alarm. Homeboy fled in a Chevy Cruze that was registered in Homeboy fled in a Chevy Cruze that was registered in his name. Chicago, and anybody who's listening, this is what I'm talking about when I say dumb criminals. Man. My man did not think this shit out at all. Or he thought he was. If you're a dummy, please don't go out there try to be a criminal. I mean, I know it's like me talking to a brick fucking wall. But, damn. This dude. I'm speechless. It says within an hour, agents were conducting the surveillance on Homeboy's house where he lived on, what is his address? I ain't gonna put his address out there. Let's just say he lived in Villa Park. Where they saw him, they was already at his house. Say they saw him arrive at about 4:30 on foot wearing the same goddamn shirt and jeans that the robber was wearing when he robbed the bank. You mega dumb motherfucker. You's a mega stupid motherfucker. God damn. Can you get any more stupid than this? So you probably finna spend what? Probably 10 in a Fed prison for $800 and a very poorly thought out plan. Come on, dog. Come on, man. Man. For $800. $800. Man. I know it's rough out here. Don't get me wrong, Chicago. I know that it's rough out here. Some of us gotta work 2-3 jobs and a side gig to make ends meet. But that ain't no excuse to do some dumb shit like this. Don't throw away your freedom. Don't throw away your liberty and your life for some dumb shit. Like $800, you finna do about 5 to 10 years in fair prison. Now, I mean, who knows? He probably, he got the complexion for the protection, so he might do only 5 or 3, but who knows? But if all is fair, if the system is to treat everybody fairly, he looking at shit 5 to 10, shit probably more, shit. Because with the whole faking like you had a bomb, that's some terrorism shit. So that might be extra. Like if he probably just went in with the little note and said, give me this, give me that, maybe he do 5 to 10. But shit, with the whole fake bomb thing, that's an extra shit. He really should be doing 15. But nevertheless, that's some dumb shit. That's some crazy dumb shit. And then he texts his wife. Because you're putting your wife in danger too. Her freedom and liberty in danger too. That she like, what the fuck you sending me this for? What the fuck is this? I wonder if she knew that he robbed the bank. She probably didn't know until he got home, but who knows? Based off the text, she obviously didn't know what the fuck he was doing. He's sending her this picture. Like, and she looking at the shit like, what the fuck is this? Boy, you's a dumb motherfucker. You finna sit in that prison cell for about 10 years or more. Your wife finna move on. She finna get she finna go to Pound Town with some new players. And you gonna be stuck at home. I mean, I'm sorry, you gonna be stuck in prison. What's that line from I forgot what movie it was, but he was like, I hope you like prison. Nah, he's like, I hope you like prison food and penis.
I hope you like prison food and penis.
'Cause that's all you finna be getting, my man. Prison food and penis. Now, if you into that, cool, whatever, do your thing. But nevertheless, whether you into it or not, why risk your freedom like that? Why throw away your freedom and your liberty for $800? That is beyond me, man. All right, folks, moving on to the next story. This one was pretty funny. Woman sues Geico for $1 million after contracting an STD from a man while having relations in his car. Yeah, I'm going to read that again so y'all can hear that clearly. Woman sues Geico for $1 million after contracting an STD from a man while having relations in his car.
You are either lying or you're stupid.
She was getting down, going pound town in my man's car, and got an STD. And now she's mad at Geico and is suing Geico for $1 million. Yeah, I'm just like you. I don't understand why she would go at Geico. But let's read the story and let's see from her point of view. So it says, a Missouri woman, state next door. A Missouri woman is asking for $1 million from Geico after she participated into some adult activities and contracted an STD from a man in the backseat of his car, which was covered by his insurance provider. It says Geico has since filed a countersuit in federal court accusing the man and the woman, who have chosen to remain anonymous during court proceedings, of colluding in order to come up with a massive payday. The insurance company is now challenging the couple in court. Yeah, let's let that sink in for a minute. Now, I see what Geico's coming from. Like, y'all playing games. Y'all was smashing in the backseat of my man's car. You catch a STD. And I guess because you can't get none from the dude, he's probably broke or something. I don't know. You can't get none out of him. So you want to sue his insurance company. Now y'all finna disagree with me. I'm going to go on the limb and say it's actually kind of smart. But it's stupid at the same time. I can see where she's trying to think on a higher level, where it's like, okay, I was in your car when this happened, and I got it from you. I'm going to sue your insurance company. Now, I'm not saying this shit is going to work. She's probably going to fail like a motherfucker. But it's kind of a good try. I would have went at his health insurance. If he had health insurance, I would have maybe went at his health insurance. Not me, I'm just saying if I was her. Because you're dealing with health and, STDs and all that. Car insurance is like, Geico's most likely going to win that. I mean, if she wins that, guarantee I'm going to be back with the same story to tell y'all about it. I highly doubt she wins. But if she wins, goddamn. I mean, I've seen and heard people sue over crazy, stupid shit. I have a particular family member that likes to sue. She's like a I'm gonna leave it alone. Yeah, I'll be back with this story. If she wins this, boy. But that's pretty wild and interesting. Like, first off, you should have been using the rubber. Secondly, it ain't Geico fault y'all was smashing and having unprotected sex. Like, come on now. But like I said, I get kind of what she's trying to do. Now, Geico's saying that the couple, they're a couple and they're actually colluding with each other to this is a plan by both of them. And we talking about insurance and insurance fraud. You know, they're going to have hellified investigators and lawyers to really investigate and dig deep and see what the hell's going on. So, you know, that's kind of a dangerous game you're playing. Not saying I'm taking up for the insurance company. Not I mean, you're really trying to take up for the girl either. But, you know, it sounds kind of strange and crazy. Like, you catch an SD messing with some dude in the back of his car. Now you want to sue the insurance company. Like, I mean, like I said, I see what she's trying to do. Now, if it's true what Geico was saying, like, oh, they just trying to scam us and they actually working together, that's a whole different ballgame. I don't know. This shit is so off the wall. I can't say who's telling the truth. I mean, I don't know who's telling the truth. It just seems kind of funny based off the story. It just seemed kind of crazy. But what y'all think, though? Let me know in the comments what y'all think of this story. Either way, it's pretty hilarious. Like, you catch some mess with this dude. I'm gonna sue Geico. I guess you can't get nothing out of dude. You want to sue his insurance. I mean, why not sue his health insurance? I mean, if he got it. That's crazy. Moving on to the last story. This one is pretty wild. When I first read this, I could have sworn this was some Chicago shit here, but it wasn't. We're gonna go East Coast. This story took place in Providence, Rhode Island. The headline is Subway worker fired after posting videos placing meats on the toilet and walking over food. I thought this motherfucker was from Chicago. Now, I know it's wild people everywhere. Rhode Island was the last place I would have thought some shit like this was going down there. I didn't even know it was black people in Rhode Island like that. But, you know, I got to get around, I guess. But a Subway franchise worker filmed himself trashing one of the chain's locations in Providence, Rhode Island, has been fired. The man, who goes by the name, you know, I ain't gonna put his name out there, he posted a series of YouTube videos, including one that was uploaded on Friday. So my man got a YouTube page. Like, I get it. You hate your job. You're tired of it. You want to get back at them. Now, I don't know if he was arrested. I have to look that up. I don't know if my man was arrested or not for that. Because I know you can get arrested for shit like that. Yeah. But I'm looking at the pictures and I looked at the video. I'm gonna post a picture. I'm gonna post a picture of well, y'all see this, man. If y'all looking at the screen, y'all see this. My man got meats politely, perfectly, and just gracefully placed all around the toilet, like he finna sit on that motherfucker or something. Motherfucker got a salad. Motherfucker got an assortment of salad items sprinkled on the floor and shit. And then in the video, my man is walking on the food in the containers. I mean, that's some wild shit. I mean, maybe the Subway was treating him like shit. You know, maybe the bosses, you know, was treating him like shit or whatever. So he wanted to get back at them. My thing is, why? Like, if you're gonna do it, but don't incriminate yourself. Like, he taking selfies with the shit, he posting on his own YouTube page, and it's like, don't bring yourself down with it. Like, trash it if you're gonna film or whatever, but don't link it back to yourself. Like, that, to me, that was the downfall. Like I said, hopefully he don't get arrested or nothing for it. It's pretty funny, it's pretty wild. But if you working at Subway, I mean, let's think about this. You're working at Subway. Okay, you do what you do. You get fired. Sir, you're going to need to get another job. And you're going to have to do the interview process. and they might do a background checks. Sir, you just plastered your face all over the pictures and you link this shit back to YouTube. My man, they gonna try to use this against you. And this is what I'm saying. Don't link this shit back to yourself. What you doing? Easy. My man was wilding out though. I ain't gonna lie. The shit was pretty funny. Yeah, you gonna get views and all this. Maybe he got some backup plan. Maybe he got some side hustles, some side businesses, and that's why he trashed the place. Maybe his side businesses is popping and making him good money. So he like, fuck this place, fuck these 9-to-5s, fuck all you motherfuckers, and he just trashed the place. Whatever, cool. But hopefully that's the case for him, and he ain't got to go back and get another job, because that would be fucked up. That's gonna be hard, because they gonna be like, man, ain't you the dude that you trying to get a job at Little Skeezers or Papa John's or Domino's? Ain't you old boy that trash the Subway with your Eat Fresh shirt? Like, come on, man, that ain't the move, man. Don't make it hard for you later on. Like, yeah, you gonna get the likes and the shares and the laughs and the pats on the back and then the cheers, but what about later on down the line? Like I said, hopefully he got some, side hustles, some side businesses or something popping out for him. Maybe he a rapper and his mixtape buzzing in the streets or something. Maybe he got signed to a record deal. Or, I don't know. Maybe he won a lottery or some shit. I don't know. I don't know my man's backstory. But hey, shout outs to that dude. I know if I was the owner, I'd be mad as fuck. But that's why you gotta vet the people you're hiring, vet your employees. Like I said, for you to do something like, either my man got some mental issues or they was just treating him like shit, like a motherfucker at the job. You look at the picture of the meats on the toilet, that's and then he probably left the store with it like that. The owners done walking in like, what the fuck? But hey, maybe they treated him poorly. But that can also be a lesson to, business owners. Treat your employees good, man. Appreciate and respect and treat your employees good, and they will treat you good. I've had my fair share of shitty bosses working at these shitty places. Bosses not appreciating the hard work you put in for them. You're expendable. So. But yeah, hopefully my man won the lottery or something, so he's like, fuck this place. But yeah, shout out to him. Moving on. Alright, so next is my own personal Chicago story. But before I get into my own personal story, if you all would like to share your own personal Chicago story, whether it's a scary story, it's something crazy, it's funny, hilarious, just wild shit you experience, you from Chicago or Chicagoland area, and you want to share your story, you want us to tell your story on this podcast, go to our Instagram page, click the link in the bio, and click Chicago Stories. Fill out the information. You can remain anonymous if you want. Write your story in the box where it's for. Hit send. If we like your story, we think it's funny or crazy or dope, we'll tell your story on this show. So don't be afraid. Share your story, because I know y'all got some funny stories. So go ahead and do that. We'll tell it on the show. But back to my story. So this was one of my funny stories that I experienced. So basically, I told Dick Wolf the food sucked. I'm gonna give y'all some backstory. But basically, if anybody who knows who Dick Wolf is, all you Law and Order fans, those who watch Chicago PD or Chicago Fire, y'all know who Dick Wolf is. I told Dick Wolf the food sucked. And he looked at me crazy as hell. I'm gonna give y'all some backstory though. So, little bit of backstory. I used to do work as an extra or background actor on TV shows and movies that were shot in Chicago. So I did a lot of work on Chicago Fire, Chicago PD. So this was when, if anybody watched Chicago PD, you know what I'm talking about. It's on NBC Channel 5. I'm not really trying to plug or promote them like that, but just to give y'all the backstory. But so this was when Chicago PD TV show was kind of just starting up, and I was on set. You know, we were working or whatever, and it was dinner time because we were working late, so they had to feed us dinner. So it was me and two of my friends. I don't want to say their names. I don't want to put their identities out there, but one was a guy friend and one was a female friend. So one of my guys was with me. Shout out to my guy. If you hearing this, you know the story. But and it was my female friend. So we were just, you know, kicking and shooting and shit, you know, while we getting our food. So we come together. We you know, we stuck together. So we sitting at the table. You know, we eating our food. This was when, like I said, this is when Chicago PD was just beginning. And the food wasn't up to par. The food was garbage. So we were kind of talking about that. So the girl was like, you know, yeah, it's spaghetti. We was eating spaghetti and meatballs. And I forgot what else the sides were, but yeah, the main dish was spaghetti and meatballs. So we sitting there and we talking about the food or whatever, how it's garbage. But the girl was like, no, it's okay. Now, one of my guys, that was with me and him, we black. The girl that was with us, she's Asian. So there's totally different taste buds. So me and my guy, we like, yeah, man, this shit garbage as hell. And she like, oh, it's okay, you know, it's okay. And like, nah, this shit suck. So a guy comes and sits with us. I don't know who he is. So I'm thinking he just a regular, you know, worker on the set. I don't know who this dude is. So we sitting there eating this shit. I'm picking around it. I'm trying to like it. I'm like, man, this shit terrible. So the dude that sat with us, he like, yeah, there's some really good food, huh? You guys like the food? I look at my guy. His eyes kind of bucking like, Marcus, shut the fuck up. But I ain't catching the cue yet. I ain't catching the cues. But the girl, she like, oh, it's okay. My man look at me like, what about you? What you think of the food? I mean, man, this shit suck. This shit garbage as hell. The whole time, he listened to me quiet as hell, just looking at me with a disappointed look on his face. I'm not knowing who this dude is. And I'm usually up on these things. I know who is who when they coming around. I ain't always good with names, but I'm good with faces. Like, faces look familiar. This dude didn't look familiar to me at all. I didn't know who this dude was. I thought he was a regular. The whole time, this Dick Wolf sitting directly across from me, asking me about what I think of the food. I'm like, man, this shit suck. He like, well, I think it's okay. I'm like, nah, this shit garbage as hell. I don't know how you fuck up spaghetti and meatballs. I'm going in. I'm going in, roasting the shit out the cooks. Like, man, this shit garbage as hell, man. They need to upgrade the caterers, man. This shit terrible. Meanwhile, I glance over at my guy. He like, his eyes bucking wide as hell. Like, man, shut up, man, shut up. I'm just going in. The girl I was with, she quiet as hell. Like, oh my God. She looking at me. Oh my God, I can't believe he said. The whole time Dick Wolf just staring at me, jaw dropped, looking disappointed like I told him his mama wasn't shit or something. Like I was roasting his mama or something. I'm going in, Joe. I'm like, this shit garbage as hell. The seasonings is off. these big dumbass fucking meatballs, big as hell. I'm going the fuck in. I'm roasting the shit out of this shit. He like, it's okay, isn't it? Nah, man, this shit garbage as hell. I'm finna throw this shit in the garbage. I'm going in. I'm like, man, I wouldn't even feed this shit to my motherfucking dog if I had one. This shit garbage as hell. Damn. It was like I fucking put a knife in this man's heart. Like, as we was best friends, and I just stabbed this motherfucker in the back. That's how he's looking at me. Like, he was disappointed. Like, I can't believe you said that. Meanwhile, I still ain't realizing this is Dick Wolf. But I'm going in like a motherfucker. I'm like, yeah, this shit suck, man. This food suck. This is garbage as hell. These motherfuckers don't know how to cook. You need to get some black women up in here and cook some shit or something. You need to get some of these Hispanic women up in here. There's some Puerto Rican mamas to come in here or something. This shit garbage as hell. Ain't no seasoning and shit. This shit terrible. I'm finna go throw this shit in the garbage and order me some food or something. I'm finna go to McDonald's. I'm going the fuck in. And Dick Wolf just looking at me all disappointed. And what happened, so we kind of quiet and shit. It's an uncomfortable ass feeling at the table. We stopped talking and shit. I'm trying to eat it and I'm picking around and shit. And everybody all quiet and uncomfortable, and I ain't getting it yet. So I look at my guy, he's shaking his head like, damn, dude, you. So Dick Wolf, he get up and leave. My man on his own show, getting the food roasted by some little ass nobody extra, me. He get up, he leave. I think he go to the garbage can. No, I'm sorry. He go over to catering and go talk to them. So I still ain't giving a fuck. I'm just like, whatever. So when my guys like, man, Joe, I think you fucked up, Joe. And the girl was like, oh my God, I can't believe you said that. Why would you do that? I'm like, what the fuck y'all talking about? You don't know who that was? I'm like, no, who the fuck is he? I don't know. What you extra? I don't know. Well, man, my guy was like, dude, that's Dick Wolf, dude. What the fuck you doing? I'm like, Dick who? Dickie Wolfie, who the fuck is that? I'm like, motherfucker, you know who the fuck Dick Wolf is. I'm like, oh. He's like, Law and Order, motherfucker. Look. I'm like, oh, shit. Damn. All right, damn, shit. Fuck it. Shit still sucked. Man, that food's garbage. Regardless of who I was talking to, man, that shit was garbage. I'm telling y'all, it was spaghetti and meatballs. The shit was bland. The sauce was all watery. Man, there were really no seasons on there. The meatballs was like fucking softballs. You know how big a fucking softball is? How big the fucking meatball? I'm like, what the fuck is this? Man, it was crazy, man. But so, like I said, Dick Wolf wanted to go talk to the motherfucking catering. So when they was telling me this, I turned around and looked. That's how I know he was talking to the catering motherfuckers. So I turned around and looked. He over there. He kind of got a funny look on his face, like he mad or some shit. He pointing at them and pointing at the fucking pointing at the food and this and that. I'm like, damn. And I really just told Dick Wolf his food sucked, huh? He didn't pay for this shit. He thinking this shit good. I told him straight to his face, man, this shit garbage as hell. Bad, man, my big mouth, boy. But contrary to what y'all thinking, because I know what y'all thinking, I did not get in trouble. I did not get kicked off the set. Nothing happened, like, to me, as far as I'm concerned. Like, nothing happened to me. I still kept working, you know. But it was a crazy ass moment. Now here's where it gets interesting. I think I possibly personally helped Chicago PD and Dick Wolf when I said that. Because here's the thing. I know none of y'all never really, you know, some of y'all probably have, I don't know. But if you've ever worked on a TV show or a movie, the extras, you know, they do a lot of ass kissing, a lot of, you know, sucking up and ass kissing and shit, you know, and it gets real corny and just goofy, and it's not a good energy to be around. And when you be yourself, people fuck with you more. They respect you more. They gravitate to you more. I was just being myself. I gave my honest opinion of the food. I didn't even know who this dude was at the time. I mean, I knew of his name, but I didn't realize it was him. The funny thing of that situation is, I think he actually respected that opinion and respected my honesty. Because the girl was kind of kissing his ass, like, oh, it's good. And my guy, he wasn't comfortable enough to really tell the truth. I was just free because I didn't know who he was, and I had no intentions of trying to kiss his ass or suck up to him. I was just being myself, and I gave my free, honest opinion. I'm like, man, this shit garbage as hell. But he respected that opinion. He respected the honesty, and he appreciated it. And what happened was, from that day forward, I promise you, anybody who worked on Chicago PD from the beginning, not none of y'all who just started the game. I'm talking about motherfuckers who've been in the game, in the extra, TV film game for a minute. I promise you, from that day forward, Chicago PD, the TV show, had the best food of all three of those shows. It's Chicago PD, Chicago Fire, and Chicago Med. Chicago PD. Ask anybody who's a veteran extra who's been in the game. Chicago PD has the best food, the best caterers of all three shows. From that day forward, from the day, that conversation I had with Dick Wolf that day, from that day forward, Chicago PD had the best food. I think he fired them caterers and got rid of the motherfuckers and got some caterers in there who had some good ass food, because from that day forward, it was never any complaints ever again about Chicago PD. I loved working on Chicago PD because the atmosphere was way cool, way more laid back, and the food was on point all the time. Like I said, anybody who's ever done, worked as an extra background actor on these TV shows and movies, and then if you've been doing it for as long as I have, So shout out to anybody who's in that game. Anybody who knows me from that game, who's listening to the podcast, I appreciate you coming in, supporting the podcast, listening in. But yeah, people from that game, they know what's up. Dick Wolf. I'm probably the reason why PD got the food that they got now. Like I said, PD got the best food. And that conversation I had with Dick Wolf, me giving my honest opinion, changed the food for PD. Because PD got the best food. Now, it's been a minute. It's been a couple years since I've done it. Since I've done extra work. So I don't know how it is now. But prior to 2017, PD had the best food. Chicago PD had the best food. But yeah, man, that's my story. That's my Chicago story for the day. Like I said, if y'all got any stories y'all want to submit, go ahead, send your story, go on to Instagram, click the link in the bio, go to Chicago Stories, click that, and fill out the information. You don't have to give your name, you can remain anonymous, but send your story. And if we like it, we think it's dope, we'll tell it on the show. Make sure you all go to shopchicagoculture.com. I'm sorry. Make sure you all go to shopchicagoculture.com. Get your Chicago Raise Me shirt. That's on sale on the website. Once again, thank you all for joining the Patreon. We appreciate you. Thank you for choosing Chicago Culture, the #1 place for authentic Chicago culture. Thank you for following us on Instagram. Thank you for joining this Patreon and listening to this podcast. We appreciate you. And yeah, man, we out. See you next time on the next episode. Thank you for listening to the Lakeshore Drive Podcast.
Get your Chicago Raised Me shirt today. If you grew up from the soil and concrete of this city, then this shirt was made for you. It represents the things we grew up on and hold dear to our hearts. Order your Chicago Raised Me shirt today at shopchicagoculture.com. That's shopchicagoculture.com.
A Chicago girl, beautiful, intelligent, kind, caring, funny, sexy, but we'll treat your goof ass if you don't stop playing with me. Get your Chicago girl shirt and coffee cup today at shopchicagoculture.com. That's shopchicagoculture.com.
Got a Chicago story you want to tell? Is it funny, wild, crazy, or weird? Share it with us and we'll tell your story on the Lakeshore Drive podcast. Simply go to our Instagram page, click the link in the bio, and tap Chicago Stories. Fill out the form, and if your story is good, we'll tell it on our show. Go to our Instagram page, click the link in the bio, and tap Chicago Stories.